Stocking the lake isn't the only issue that state funding could help. Moss, which has been a nuisance to fishermen, could be removed if the state chipped in. The firemen use axes to cut into the siding of the wall, because even if you put the fire out, if you don't get to the core of the wall, it may start up again. Many fishermen come to this lake looking to catch some decent fish, but usually come away frustrated when all they catch is this carp.
First, the competitors play the waiting game, where the anticipation builds. Then it's time to step in front of the judges, where they will decide your fate.
In a word, nerve-wracking. So we begin with drawing of the crime scene. Then after that, turn into Inspector Clouseau. Try to find a couple of clues and hopefully solve this crime.
Really good, and I like them with honey.
I like them with honey, too.
Very nice.
Muncie resident Bill Miller enjoys fishing at Mansfield Park.
It's close to my home. I live about 7 or 8 blocks from here.
But fishing at this little pond hasn't produced a big number of catches.
You know, if the city, if they can stock it, better, it lasts probably, longer.
Center Township trustee Marilyn K. Walker wants to put more fish in the lake, but says the state should help out. After all, the fishing license fee goes to the state.
I believe if we have to have a license, the DNR requires a license, I think that they need to stock our pond. And I've called and checked into that, and they've not gotten back with me yet.
Stocking the lake isn't the only issue that state funding could help. Moss, which has been a nuisance to fishermen, could be removed if the state chipped in.
Now, it's getting mossy and stuff like that. Fish won't bite. Fish won't bite with the moss.
Bobbers and lures have even gotten lost in the moss. Walker says it would be nice if the state helped out with that issue, but above all, would like for one thing to happen.
From the bottom of my heart, I want people to be able to go out there and fish for free. And I will fight it, because that's what I believe in. So I'll try wholeheartedly to get that done.
In Muncie, Kyle Trompeter, Newslink, Indiana. David Ritchie's wife woke up this morning and started up the dryer in the downstairs laundry room before she went to work. By 9 o'clock, the house was in flames.
Yeah, I couldn't get out the back door, which is our main entrance. I had to go out the front. I couldn't get through.
Upstairs team, check your floor. Make sure your floor stays solid.
Firefighters from several towns, including Yorktown and Gaston, rushed to the scene.
Because this house has got 1 million walls and 1 million ceilings in it, I think.
Battling the blaze was a waiting game at times.
There's a crew inside right now. If we spray in with that fire, we would steam them real bad and burn them.
And they couldn't be too aggressive in their attack.
We're in a defensive mode on the back of the house. We're trying to put the fire out. They've got lowered ceilings, plywood. We can't rip through them. The fire keeps jumping over us.
The firemen use axes to cut into the siding of the wall, because even if you put the fire out, if you don't get to the core of the wall, it may start up again.
Flare-ups on walls weren't the only obstacles. Poor visibility inside the house due to intense smoke was another. A chainsaw was used to cut the roof open for ventilation.
Yes, let all the hot gases out, let them escape from the house, so it makes it safer for us, we can see more.
And all the family could do was watch their home of 23 years go up in smoke.
Probably one of the oldest houses in the township here in Delaware County.
In Muncie, Kyle Trompeter, Newslink, Indiana. Take an eager kid, mix in a jump rope, and together you have the recipe for fun. That was the case at Taylor University today, where more than 250 kids gathered for jump rope camp to learn the nuances of the sport.
My favorite thing is to work in groups of like 3 because we get a double dutching because we get to learn how to get in and to get out.
You know, jump roping is always good for you, even though most people say it's a girl sport, but I do it for fun and it keeps you healthy and everything.
Now, it's clear that the main purpose of this event is to hone your skills with this. But one of the goals of this camp goes beyond the rules of the rope.
We teach the kids responsibility by being in charge of their own equipment, being at the correct place and time, teamwork, working together, because jump rope, while it may look like a solitary sport, it's actually a collaborative effort.
Just goes to show that sometimes life's lessons come in the form of a good teacher, a rope, and 2 plastic handles. In Muncie, Kyle Trompeter, Newslink, Indiana. They call them the hobos of the lake.
They're too hard to reel in, and just a minute ago I had one, but it broke my line.
Carp, the troublemaker fish that nobody wants to catch, is the fish that nobody can avoid.
And they're scavengers. They scavenge on the bottom where a lot of the game fish will lay their eggs. They stir this up, and the eggs do not hatch.
The Prairie Creek Reservoir is polluted with these pesky swimmers, and it's made for a rather unusual fishing experience.
Many fishermen come to this lake looking to catch some decent fish, but usually come away frustrated when all they catch is this carp.
I had a sailboat bridge on there the other day, and guy can't catch a carp, and he wasn't getting too happy.
So is there a remedy to this carp crisis?
We had a carp tournament the last 2 years. The first year, 5,600 pounds was taken out in 3 days' time over Memorial Weekend.
Unless more carp removal tournaments are scheduled, it looks like these little fish are going to continue to give a twisted spin on the saying, there are plenty of fish in the sea. In Muncie, Kyle Trompeter, NewsLink, Indiana.